Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to DRC. This is round number 8. We are live for what will be the USA Grand Prix for round number 8. And we are live on this fine Saturday evening where a world where all real motorsport has been cancelled for months. We've still got you covered with what should be another good race in the Delta Racing Community Championship. "15 drivers today around Circuit of the Americas. Qualifying just started here. 18-minute session as always to see who will start at the front of the grid for the USA Grand Prix. Of course, some returning faces coming back. Faces like John J. Downey, who is racing in his first race since Monza in Season 3. After an injury, we have Jan the Man returning back after a short absence. Tentun Stelling is back in the Alfa Romeo, alongside his old teammate Van Raj. Speaking of which, here he is, first driver out on track. And if you'd like to see his thoughts on this Grand Prix, please do check out our pre-race show, which live streamed just before this. Following him, of course, is another driver who featured on our pre-race show. It is Dart FIFA. Exclusive interviews from the pair, alongside Karem and Mimolo 1. Maybe wondering where the other Racing Point of Homer is. He has a race ban for this week after a collision involving the safety car. And we all know what happened there. Quickster in the McLaren today, partnering Keo Marteau for today's Grand Prix. SVDL coming out of the pits in the Renault now. He had a good debut last weekend, just some unlucky moments. Oh, there's been a crash! Oh, and Tentun Stelling has hit Keo. I wonder, is it just some internet troubles? That's definitely not good. Tentun Stelling on the hard compound tyre. Yeah, it's just a bug. We know Keo had some internet troubles last week and was not able to get into the race. He is here this week, however. It looks like Keo Marteau will be the first driver. Will it be Tentun Stelling? No. Van Raj letting Keo and his teammate through. The Irishman John J. Downey backing up to start his lap in the Williams. In the other Williams, we do have Fireshot Ryan, who is just... This is his second race in a row this evening. Racing also in the VRL F2 League. But he's about to start his lap here today. We go on board with Keo Marteau, who P8 in the McLaren, should I say. Oh, Killer's slowing down to let an Alfa Romeo through, I believe. Stay on board with Keo. He's going to be the first, as Killer's pulling alongside to let Quickster and his teammate Karem through. Here comes Keo. What can he do on this opening lap? Dart FIFA's gone quickest on a 1:31.5. The man who's won every race this season. Where can Keo go? It's not only good enough for second. 1:31.5.9 for the Dutchman. Tentun Stelling has pulled into the pit lane after an invalid lap. Oh, Mimolo 1's off in the gravel. As we watch SVDL, Quickster's gone third, Karem fourth. John J. Downey's gone third in the Williams. SVDL setting a fastest sector 2. We watch, here he comes round. Matthews Gamer's gone fourth with a 1:33.1. Fireshot Ryan in 7th. SVDL is only good enough for 5th. Danny Head Camper on a flyer. No, he's only on his outlap. Yellow flag in sector 1. I believe it's the Ferrari of Karem. No, he's still running smoothly. Another thing to note, that of Karem and Ryan, both on the medium compound tyres. So of course they will automatically be slower on these opening laps. But they will get the stint in the race. Another yellow flag in sector 2, it's a Williams, it's John J. Downey. Pulled over, letting some drivers through. Killer's on a lap, how's his times looking? A 1:02 in that last sector, which isn't too bad. Very, very quick last week, he wasn't qualifying, but got very unfortunate in the race. Another yellow flag in sector 2, I believe it's John J. Downey. No, it's Fireshot Ryan, he's run wide. No, it's not Fireshot Ryan, that's a different part of the track. It is John J. Downey. He's run out of fuel. John J. Downey's run out of fuel, he's not going to make it back to the pit lane. And there he is, he's out of fuel and he's out of this session. That's going to be a yellow flag in that sector. Still going. Can he get back to the pits like this? We're going to keep watching him here as Killers did go 10th on that last attempt. Mimala won in 11th, but he's on the soft compound tyres. John J. Downey doing the logical thing and just taking that corner in a straight line. The Red Bull of Danny Het Camper is coming up behind him. John J. Downey pulls to one side. It's looking like he's going to make it here. Very good attempt to get back to the pit lane from the Irishman. Tentoon Stelling's out of this race. He's come off after the second turn. He is out in the Alfa Romeo on his return to DRC. Speaking of being out, John J. Downey isn't out, and he's made it back to the pit lane. Just about. Killer's back into the pit lane, nearly spins it. Danny Het Camper on a lap here. How is this one looking for him? It's invalid. Mirage on an out lap. We do know that the other Alpha car of Tentoon Stelling is out of this race after what looked like a bit of a collision after turn 1, but we'll have to get more on that. Darth FIFA coming around to set up a lap, so is Keo. So is SVDL, Quickster, Dimitri, Karem, Ryan, and Mirage. And Mirage, Danny Het Camper, Jan the Man, not setting a time yet. Matthews Gamer in 4th in the Toro Rosso. On his out lap, looking to set a good time here. We're going to go on board with our championship leader, Darth FIFA. A championship leader by a long mile at this point. Slow in that first sector, however. Tiny lock at the brakes there. But Still going, he set purple in the second sector. That racing point really comes into its own in that second sector. Here he comes. Can he improve again on this lap? And he has done. It's a 1:33.2 for Dart FIFA. Really looking pacey to this weekend. Then he had Camper on another out lap, mustn't have got another lap in. And Rash has gone 11th in the Alfa Romeo. And somebody's just improved. Is that a Quickster? He's gone 5th, just slotting ahead of SVDL. A yellow flag in sector 2. We'll have to have a look and see what's happened there. It is the Mercedes of Jan the Man. Only noticed both Mercedes absent this evening. No Rafaco and no Lorenzo Racer. And I don't know what way I said that, but no Lorenzo for this evening. Carem's gone 3rd in the Ferrari. Good lap from the Turkishman of Carem. Matthias really pouncing on the curbs there to try and prove his time. As he's coming across the line, what can he set? He goes 3rd and beats Carem. 1:33.6 for the Toro Rosso. Dimitri also on the lap, it's 3 seconds slower. Quickster spun it! Don't know if he was on a lap, but he's just spun it in front of the pit lane. He's turning around and heading into the pit lane. No damage for the McLaren, luckily. SVDL also in the pits alongside Fireshot Ryan. Killers on a lap, however. Ryan coming out of the pits, just as I mentioned it, alongside Mimla 1. A lot of invalid laps so far in this session. As there's 5 minutes 13 seconds remaining. A yellow flag, is that of... It's Carem and... No, it's Killers and John J. Dowdy both having a bit of a tussle down the straight. It's only qualifying, lads. Anybody else improving? Not at the... Just looking here, the collision with 10-2 Stelling was with Keo. And Keo was an AI sent 10-2 Stelling off the track just after the first turn. Three minutes 40 seconds to go. Quickster's back out on the track, and Quickster running a slight bit wide. Oh, and as Van Raj run out of fuel, and no, just letting the Red Bull of Danny tries to keep it out of the wall. He can't do that. Might be the end of his qualifying session. He's not going to get back in and out at the same time. Yellow flags. Is that just a Jan letting people through? It looks like it. Keogh has abandoned that lap. Darfifa still going through on his. Can we see an improvement? 2:25 to go. Can we see anyone beat Darfifa? Darfifa's just gone purple in the first sector. Ryan has retired from this race. A solid 10th position from him, but of course that could be beaten. We still could see a big improvement from Mimla 1. And another lap, of course, set for Jan the Man. That's a very odd camera on the back of that racing point, but and Darfifa locks the brake slightly. Let's watch his sector time here. It is quicker, but it's not purple. How? Keogh looking to back up to set another time. Oh, Van Rasch has run wide, starting the lap in the Alfa Romeo. Darfifa still pushing it here. If he improves, surely that's the pole. Somebody's just improved. It's Danny Head Camper. Darfifa improves again. 1:31.1. For the Belgian, another flying lap. Aussies just ran off the track. Darfifa's out of this session. And Keogh's gone quickest in Sector 1. Could we see an improvement here? Could he snatch the pole right at the end? Another big lap needed. And I have no idea who that is. Becky Lynch. Anyway. Karem has retired from the session. No improvement from the Turk. So the two main battling for the pole are Keogh and Matthias. Both on flying laps. Matthias gonna... No, Matthias isn't on a flying lap. He does have time for another lap, however. Keogh's gone quickest in Sector 2. Keogh Marteau could snatch the pole at the death here. John Downey is retired. A good solid 5th position from him, however. He will be chuffed with that. Dimitri's retired, all retiring in the session. But we pay attention to Keogh. Can he just get this last corner right? Here he comes, it's Keogh Marteau. Oh, and he spinned it. He's run out of fuel on the last turn. Darfifa will be on pole. Or could Matthias improve? Matthias could well improve. He's going nice and quickly. Quickster goes 6th. Danny Head Camper in 7th. Also on a lap, SVDL comes into the pits. Killers looking to improve. He will be next to improve. Still a lot of drivers to finish. And he's run wide as well. No improvement from the other Ferrari. Oh, there's a collision. Quickster has hit Jan the Man. Oh, but they're both finished. It doesn't matter really. Matthias has run out of fuel. That's the problem when you bin your lap on the opening one. You do run out of fuel, which means it's gonna be Danny Head Camper is the only man left on track. Can he steal this pole position? He'll have to do a lot to do it. Here he comes. 4th position for the Red Bull. Speaking of the other Red Bull, he's just going in the comments section. Mimla 1, I hate my car. Did you know that Red Bull is a handful to drive? And that's qualifying for the American Grand Prix. On pole. Can he continue this streak, or can we see a battle from B2? It's Keo. Marteau in second, 2 tenths behind. Matthias third, Danny Headcamper fourth. Carem fifth in the Ferrari. John J. Downey on his return to DRC in sixth. Quickster seventh, SVDL eighth, Dimitri ninth. 10th for Fireshot Ryan, Killers in 11th, Van Raj 12th, Riemann 1 13th, Van Raj 14th, and Tentoon Stelling, who DNF'd after a collision with Keo. An interesting race ahead around this. As it's known, it has two names, Corner Cut City and Safety Car City. Could we get both of those here today? Maybe one saying, remember my prediction, a Tentoon Stelling comeback. Could a Tentoon Stelling comeback be on? Not the quickest driver, but he could be the best predictor. And Keo is in a perfect position to challenge Start FIFA is right. The two quickest drivers in the grid, as in qualifying. Could they scrap it out at the top? As we wait for the drivers to start their formation laps. Let us know down in the comments, of course, who is your driver of the day? As we do like a good fan vote. And, of course, the song being It's Corona Time. Is it Keo time? In DRC, it could well be. As we are waiting for Fireshot Ryan to ready up. Slight delay as Fireshot Ryan is loading in. And Ryan has left the session. We will get underway here in America. Or will we? Bit of a scramble here now. Not sure what's happening. Glitch. Whole lobby crashed. And yeah, this is happening. Yep, the lobby has crashed again. So, probably gonna have a slight delay. Oh, Ryan's joined again. That can't be good. Yeah. The coronavirus has broken the F1 game, seemingly. As we are waiting for the Grand Prix. Looking like a new lobby will be made. This is a throwback to Brazil. Restart, please. Yeah, we are waiting for a restart here. It really is a glitch. So, if you are bored waiting on this, please go check out our pre-race show. Some cheap advertising. And we do need to find a new way to keep us entertained here on the live stream, as we have some slight delays. It's a bit like waiting for an F1 announcement on whether the Australian Grand Prix was cancelled. And yes, a new lobby is being made. So we will get a new lobby made as soon as possible. For the time being, saying I sound like Becky Lynch. No idea who that is. So, just waiting for Killers to make a new lobby, as Rafa is not here tonight. And we're going to find out who Becky Lynch is while we're here. A WWE wrestler. Okay, yeah. I am indeed Irish. So, as we wait for Killers to make a new lobby, we do need... How's my Wi-Fi in qualifying? Not the best. So we have 14 viewers. That's probably a record number. But we will be back racing shortly. And of course, if you know anyway, to keep us entertained while waiting, please do. And of course, if you've just joined us, we are live for round 8 in America. A slight delay due to the lobby breaking. Bro Moment is right. Hopefully not too much longer. Did he get the grid yet? I have no idea. Yes, we will get an invite sorted for you Lion Games NL. We have an invite sorted for you there. Although the lobby isn't made. And that's not what I meant to press. We will... Let's have a look at some classic cars while we're here. the Lotus 72D, and we do have Ferrari 3112 T2. May as well have a look while we're waiting for the lobby to be remade. And there you can see we do have invites. We will be racing very soon. Thank you to the one only Karem. We're invest. I've said that wrong. And we are in. We'll get you started with an invite. Lion Games. If you do have any, we've lost nearly 7 viewers. Hello SVDL, who has just joined the stream. And of course, if you are interested in the Veloce, not the Australian Grand Prix, another confirmed racer is Will N.E., English YouTuber. I've just been told to say that. Yep, Lion. I think they're sorting out there. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'll sort you out while we're here. There we go. If you're online, you should have got a friend request just there. And we'll get you sorted with an invite. No problem. VRL line. We hope we can get you racing. We hope we can get racing. And VRL line, if you're still watching, you could go on a Mercedes if you'd like. That car is free for today. And he's been kicked. yeah, hopefully we're nearly ready to race. Everyone is here. You're just waiting for a track change. There is that track change. And a Killer's 42 is the host. And we are starting to ready up. We will get going racing. Yeah, we don't know whether he can invite you. We have sent a message. Whether he's got sent message or not is a different thing. And we are back racing after a short delay. It was a fairly long delay, but we will get going for the Grand Prix of the United States around Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Excuse me for that. And we are back into this loading again, where the problem occurred the last time. Hopefully everything is a-okay this time and we can go racing. Remember to vote for your driver of the day in this Grand Prix. Leave a comment below and we will get your vote. And we are on the grid and we will go racing this time for the very delayed DRC American Grand Prix. Is this the race? There's no formation lap. We go racing. Dark Favor's got an excellent start. We thought that was the formation lap. Matthias up to 4th, Danny Headcamper 5th. Why wasn't there a formation lap? Mimolo 1's down to last. Dart FIFA takes the lead. Keo behind him. An overtake. Karem goes down the inside of Danny Camper on SVDL. There's a spinning McLaren of Quickster. He's in the wall. Down to last. Keo looks to make a move on Dart FIFA as he comes down into the first turn. We apologise for that start, but normally there is a formation lap. Matthias up to third, gaining on Keo, but Keo's gaining on Dart FIFA here. Quickster is out of this session after a collision. Here comes Keo, gonna get the DRS down the main straight in the McLaren. 0.3 the gap. Not gonna get the DRS, it's only lap 2. Tentun Stelling's down to 8 as something happened and it's... There's a Haas in the pits, Tentun Stelling versus Fire Shot Ryan. Ryan goes around the outside. That's a great move from Ryan. Let's go back up the top. Keo following Dart FIFA through the F section on lap 2 over 28 here. Johnny Head Campers received a time penalty already for multiple warnings. John Downey down to 9th already. Tentun Stelling up to 8th after a good start. That's 7 positions gained. And Dart FIFA already stretching their gap. Matthias Gamer on the back of Keo here. Here comes Matthias, makes the move. Up into second he goes. Karem on the back of Keo coming through the section where we did see Max Verstappen pass Kimi Räikkönen in 2017, but did get a time penalty. Keo on the back of Matthias, battling, going onto lap 3, the DRS will be active. Tentun Stelling's been given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Here comes Keo, gaining and gaining, not close enough to Matthias. Karem, however, is very close to Keo. SVDL trying to catch up to Danny Het Camper in 5th, Ryan 7th, 2 Williams is 7 and 8, John G Downey in 8th, Tentun Stelling 9th, Killers 10th, Jan 11th and Raj 12th, Mimula 13, Quickster 14 and Dimitri 15. Quickster of course out of this race. And our leader Dart FIFA already stretching a gap to Matthias and Keo, who are still scrapping it out. Speaking of which, Karem's looking to make a move on Keo. He's got it done before the braking zone. The Ferrari's up into the podiums. Bad start from Keo, already down to 4th. Johnny Het Camper looking to get involved in this battle as Matthias gets a bit of breathing air up in front. Fire Shot Ryan looking to make a move on SVD. Yeah, he's got very close through that corner. Nearly a collision between the pair. As Tentun Stelling's looking to make a move on Killers. Of course, these two did. No, they did. These two. Since season 3, having battles. Matthias gaining a bit on Dart FIFA in the battle for the front 2. Keo behind Karem. Both looking to make a move here. Both battling for victories with Dart FIFA. Of course, there is Matthias in between them now. Ryan still on the back of SVDL, coming into the S section, or just after the S section. Gaining a lot on SVDL. Looking to make a move down the straight, I'd say, but we go back up to the top to where Keo's right on the back of Karem. looking to make another move. It's an awful camera. Here comes Keo, using all the DRS he can. 6% remaining. Can't get close enough. Karem will keep the position. We move back. Fireshot Ryan's got the move done on SVDL. Just about as SVDL keeps his nose in there. Tentoon Stelling still trying to gain on Killers in a very hectic opening few laps. Keo still gaining on Karem, who isn't gaining on Matthias. Matthias not letting Dart FIFA get too far away from the sights. Oh, Keo's nearly spun as Danny Headcamper gets his second time penalty. Oh, there's a Williams running wide. It's not a Fireshot Ryan as SVDL is trying to catch up to him. Jan the man has received a 3-second time penalty. Can the Renault get close to Fireshot Ryan? Not close enough. Go back up to the top as Matthias. Oh, Karem's nearly spun it through the S's section. Keo gaining on Karem as well, as he's looking to make a move up back into the podium positions. We drop back down the orders, where Tentoon Stelling isn't catching up to Killers. Van Raj, however, has caught up to Jan the man for 11th position. These two going to be battling it out down the straight. Back up to the top we go as we see a battle between Keo and Karem continuing. But not close enough on this attempt. The McLaren is, as he's still gaining and gaining. Not going to be close enough. SVDL's gaining on Fireshot Ryan. We go on board. Here he comes. Looks to go for a late move. Can't get close enough. Tentoon Stelling keeping about the same gap between him and the Ferrari of Killers. We're just not getting there as we see Van Raj looking to make a move on Jan the man. Can't get close enough. The gap up the front, however, is coming down slightly as Keo's really on the back of Karem now. Here comes Keo, gets the DRS on the main straight. Up the hill they go. Keo thinks better of a dive bomb, but really hooks it in that corner. We'll go on board with the Dutchman now, battling for position 3 here. Through the S's they go. Keo gains. He's going to get the DRS down this main straight, no doubt. Drop back down the order. Danny Headcamper's losing a bit of pace as he's being caught up by the Williams of Ryan and the Renault of SVDL. John Downey lagging all over the place in the Williams. Here comes Keo and Karem. He's a lot closer on this attempt. We see Keo pulls to the outside. That's a dangerous swipe from Karem. That's not going to be allowed. That's a really dangerous swipe. Pulled straight over, but he sticks with him. Keo looking to get down. Karem's inside. Gets down the inside on the brakes. Karem tries to switch back. Gets the switch back, but Keo's still on the inside. The McLaren gets the position. After a great tussle between these pair, Karem still sticks with him, and we'll see this continuing. Down the main straight, it's going to be Karem's turn to get the DRS this time. John Downey receives a penalty for multiple warnings. Doesn't go for a Karem Ricardo dive bomb as we've seen in Hungary on Dart FIFA. FDDL's received a 3-second time penalty. Matthias just losing off the back of the Racing Points car of Dart FIFA. If we just go back on board with Danny Headcamper, it looks like rain could be approaching. It looks like rain could be approaching. That's a very dark cloud up above. Could we see a wet race around Circuit of the Americas? That would be interesting. Through the first sector especially. Here comes Karem. Can he go do exactly what Keogh did in the last lap? Goes for it. Cuts the corner. He's received a penalty. Keogh, sorry, is still on his inside. They both really close to close racing. That was a corner cut and a half from Karem. But he will keep the position on this attempt, really. And these are really dropping off to Matthias Gamer up in front. Oh, John Downey and Killer's having a bit of a scrap here. As Tentoon Stelling has dropped off and is being caught by Jan the Man. Mimolo 1 down in 13th. Again, not having a good race. Karem's got Dart Fifa's in the... Oh, I was going to say Dart Fifa's crashed. He's just come into the pits. Bit panicky for a second as Keogh versus Karem will continue. Karem keeps out this one. Dart Fifa's all the way down to 9th as he's gone onto the medium compound tyre. Could we see a 2-stop for the Belgian? Keogh's gaining and gaining on Karem. But Karem positions the car exactly where he wants to. Although we're definitely going to see a move down the straight from Keogh Marteau. As Matthias has dropped off a slight bit. But of course these two tussling is really going to benefit that of Dart FIFA, who's made his pit stop on lap 8 here. 20 laps remain as Keogh's gaining on Karem. Goes for around the outside. That's not going to work on that turn. But he sticks with him as they go into this section. We've seen them scrap twice here. Can we see a third? Go back on board with Keogh. Doesn't go for a miraculous dive bomb on that turn. Denny Headcamper in 4th, being caught by Fireshot Ryan, who's really put in a shift here to catch up to Daddy in the Red Bull. Karem's into the pit lane, which means it's going to be Keogh. Has some fresh air. What can he do here? And where will Karem get out in front of Dart FIFA? No, he will not. As John J. Downey could throw a spanner into the works here as Dart FIFA is catching up. Could Ferrari use some team orders? We know John J. Downey is very laggy there. And it's going to be a handful to get past. Oh my word, that's laggy. And Dart FIFA goes to through him. Killers is given a time penalty. Oh! Oh my... I know that's not actually happening, but that jump scared me. I'm not gonna lie. Can we see some Ferrari team orders? Will Killers... John J. Downey sticking with Dart FIFA. That's really affected Dart FIFA. Can we see Matthias Gamer? As Fireshot Ryan's battling with Danny Headcamper. Ryan does the switcheroo. But Danny Headcamper sticks with him. A slight wheel touch from the pair. As the Williams gets the move done. Dart FIFA still hasn't cleared Killers. Could we see some team orders for the Ferrari here? As this Killers holding up Dart FIFA will help Karem. And will help Matthias and Keogh as well. Because Killers is not giving up this position very easily. Of course it is battling for position. So he's not going to give it up. He doesn't have to. And he is. Dart FIFA will just blast past him in the straight. SVDL has made his pit stop. He's dropping down the order, sticking on the medium compound. Now, Karem will... Killers is still with Dart FIFA. They're both having a bit of a battle here. As Danny Headcamper is catching up to Ryan. John Downey's received a time penalty. No retirements technically so far in this race. Of course, Quickster is not racing anymore after spinning on lap 1. But we have no retirements, which is a good sign to see. a lot cleaner of a race than Britain last week. As Matthias is really pushing this Toro Rosso to its absolute limits to get a gap over Keo, and of course to get the gap over Darth FIFA in the pit stops. Will we see him come in this lap? We'll stick on board to find out. He will come in this lap. Now, let's watch Darth FIFA, because this is whose battle he's with. I don't think it's going to be enough for the Toro Rosso. As Keo's into the pit as well. So is Ryan, who will get out in front. It's not going to be Matthias, it will be Darth FIFA who keeps the lead. And that is a hefty gap over Karem. And Matthias has come out behind Karem. I've only noticed that Karem has did enough getting past John Downey to overtake Karem. A bit of a bot to overtake Matthias even. Will we see some Ferrari team orders between Killers and Karem? Of course, the ideal thing to do for Karem would be him just to snooze past Killers, and they've timed this right. Went down the straight, or will we see Charles Leclerc versus Sebastian Vettel? Formula One's retired from the session. Could we see a safety car? We have a virtual safety car. What's happened to Formula One then? Oh, he spun coming over that crescent. Yeah, I think that's the word. Now, can we see Danny Headcamper the pits? He is definitely probably going to pin on this virtual safety car. As Matthias has received a 3-second time penalty. Formula One not having a good run of spell, not having a good spell of results. Danny Headcamper pits. This is gonna benefit the Red Bull. And if only Matthias waited one lap, that would have been suit him better. Killers has been given a drive-through penalty as we go green. Darth FIFA takes the lead. That's happened at the wrong time for the Red Bull. That's happened at the very wrong time for the Red Bull, as Darth FIFA does get out in front. Killer's not in the right spot. What is happening? His gearbox here. I do not know if that's a problem or not, but he's revving that to the max. Killers did let Karem through. Gap up the front is 3.6 now. We'll watch that and see can that come down. As maybe the one has left the session. The Alfa Romeos being the Williamses of this race, both in 12th and 13th. It's not last, but it's not great. And SVDL is revving his gearbox like crazy as well. Probably just a glitch in the software. Here comes Matthias, looking to make a move on Killers, who's definitely holding Matthias up. Tries to go for the outside. Switches back. Killers will keep the spot for the time being. As Keo's out in 5th. Ryan and Jan having a bit of a scrap. Jan not pitting yet. As Danny Headcamper's catching up to this pair as well. Matthias can't clear Killers. Killers comes into the pits. He will clear him now. Karem caning on Darth FIFA. Keo set the fast slap in the McLaren. Could we see some good pace from the McLaren man as he's pumped that lap in. And the safety car would have been amazing after that Formula One collision, but we only got a virtual one here in the safety car city. As it's proven today, Corner Cut City. Remember, Karem does have a 5-second time penalty, so does Matthias. Jan has about 7. Danny Headcamper, who's just going down the inside on Jan the man. That's not a place for an overtake. Danny's made it 1. Will he get DRS down this main straight, or will Jan get the position back? As they are coming up to lap Quickster up the front. Here comes Jan, not close enough to make a move on Danny Headcamper. As we see Keogh, no, I was going to say Keogh gaining on Matthias, but that is actually the McLaren of Quickster. Matthias is lapping. Dimitri and Killers having a bit of a battle here. The Haas and the Ferrari. I really don't know what Killers is doing to his gearbox. But I know there was a song at the minute, pump it up. He's going to blow it up if he's not careful. Dimitri hasn't pitted yet. This is a very impressive. Or has he? Oh, he pitted on lap 1. Listen to Killers' gearbox, even from the car. Dimitri, who's going to go around the outside of Killers, switches back inside. That's a good switch back from the Haas. Danny Headcamper. Just listen to that ringing. That's Killers' car. What is he doing to that gearbox? Imagine how annoying that must be. We're moving off Killers. As SVDL's looking to make a move on Jan the man. Oh, his gearbox is the same. As here comes SVDL, pulls to the outside. Gets the job done before the corner even appears. Dimitri tries to send one around the outside of Killers, can't get it done. Or can he? Oh, he's gone down the inside. Lovely move from the Haasman. As he receives a time penalty and misses the opportunity. Oh, he switched it back though. Oh, that's a lovely move from the Haas. As Carrera is keeping a decent gap to Dart FIFA. Keogh is gaining on Matthias. Some battles developing here. As Dimitri and Killer's having a battle down the main straight, it looks like Dimitri wins that one as Can has not fixed his gearbox yet. Please, lad, fix this. No really battles at the minute. Matthias getting caught by Keogh. The McLaren man gaining 1.3 is the gap between these two. As Killer still is revving his gearbox to the max. And we see Tentun Stelling running in 12th in the Alfa Romeo, being caught by his teammate. Will we see some multi-21 here, or will the Alfa Romeo team principal, there isn't one, but will they get to race? We'll come back to that battle as Quickster is lapped by 11th position. And we only have 14 drivers racing. Here comes Keogh gaining on Matthias. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. Has someone gone off? Oh, it's Killers. Has his gearbox finally given up? Then what is happening to his gearbox? He definitely has front wing damage of something. Was there a collision between him and Dimitri? But he is... The Alphas are passing now. But Killers is revving his gearbox. Look at the revs on the bottom right hand corner. He's going at a notable speed as well, so... And with that, we've missed all this as Quickster and Matthias are having a bit of a battle. Matthias still on the inside, but Keo... I said Quickster, it's Keo gets the move done. He's been gaining on him for laps as Matthias has gone on to the hard compound tyre. As Keo receives a penalty for corner cutting. We know it's an easy track to corner cut, but this is taking things to the next level. Matthias gets a lot later on the brakes than Keo does, as Jan comes into the pits after doing 17 laps on on a medium compound tyre. That shows that these drivers on the mediums, can they get to the end though? As Darth did 9 laps on his mediums already. We have another 11 to go. Because everyone is in the same. Killers is into the pits. Maybe. It looks like he's front wing damage. So can Matthias get he gets the DRS on Killers. Can he gain here? As Danny Headcamper is catching up to Ryan. Matthias gains, not close enough. And Matthias went onto the hard compound tyre here, so here's something to remember. Matthias will be a lot quicker towards the end of the race than those on the mediums, as they will have did nearly 20 laps on their mediums, which isn't good for any tyre. If we go back up to the front, and Darth FIFA set a very slow lap. He must have made a mistake, as Karem has gained around 4/10 on him in that lap alone. We know Darth FIFA doesn't make many mistakes, but he definitely makes some. As Dimitri is given a 3-second time penalty, and I know it's nicknamed Corner Cut City, and the DRC drivers are taking that name to the max here, as it was definitely just a mistake from Darth FIFA. He's gained another 10th in that sector alone over Karem in the Ferrari. Matthias dropping off slightly to Keo. As we see Dimitri make a move on the Williams, who's nearly gone and spun. Dimitri having us making up a couple of positions on this second stint. His second stint? He's did 16 laps on a set of mediums. How has he done that? As we see him run very wide, and the Williams is looking to gain up his outside. They touch! Don't ask me where physics applied in there, but neither of them have spun. As they've touched again. Not the cleanest driving, I must say, from this pair. If we go back up to the top, and the gap has increased by 3/10 between Darth FIFA and Karem. As Keo's been given another penalty. Danny Headcamper has caught up to Ryan eventually. We've seen Ryan do this in the first stint. It's role reversal in the second. SVDL has that gearbox problem as well. Look at his revs. Go back up ahead. Oh, Danny Headcamper making a bit of a mistake there. As here he comes gaining through the S's. Takes them nicely. Gaining on the Williams. Ryan. As the gap up the top has increased even more between Darth FIFA and Karem. Danny Headcamper gaining in the Red Bull. We know this Red We know this Red Bull is a handle to drive, but he pulls to the outside. So, a little bit of a swipe from Ryan, but Danny Camper sticks the move down the inside, but the Williams will keep it in. Can he get the switcheroo through this corner? He's gonna try it. Oh, Ryan's made a mistake, and Danny Camper gets through. A good move from the Red Bull. As we just see their killer setting a fastest lap on a set of soft tyres. He's going to take those to the end after an issue. Oh, Dimitri's gone off. We've a yellow flag. Has that been a collision? We'll go on board with Tentoon Stelling. He's the next driver up to find out. I didn't even see him there. We'll go on. We've no yellow flag. We've no safety cars. So I really don't know what happened. We go on board with 10th position driver Jan the Man in the Mercedes, replacing Lorenzo today, as he's gaining on the Alfa Romeo. And Keogh and Matthias both get penalties on the exact same corner. Killers has been given a penalty. The stewards handing out penalties for fun today. Oh, Jan tries a move on Van Rij. Can't make it stick. He's on the soft compound tyre, remember? We're going to go back up to versus Danny and Camper. We've seen this. We thought this concluded on the last lap. It clearly hasn't. Here comes Ryan. Gaining. Not going to send one down there. That would be very stupid indeed. As Keogh is catching Karem. We look at the gaps, we'll monitor them gaps. It's 3.4 between Keogh and Karem, and 4 seconds between our race leader Dart FIFA and Karem in second. We go back down the order as the Mercedes gets in front of the Alfa Romeo. Very close from these two. Yeah, making a bit of an aggressive swipe. We have another yellow flag. In sector 2, we have a safety car. And this is going to trigger a lot of pit stops, and as 13 laps on Dart FIFA's tyres, 12 on Karem. Who was our sacrifice? We have a safety car for absolute. It's SVDL is our sacrifice today. We thank him very much for livening this up race, but he was in a good position in 7th for the Renault team. We see Jan, Van Rij, Tentoon Stelling already pitting. Probably not going to see killers, and oh my word, a lot of people are speeding on the safety car. Keep the deltas low. Tentoon Stelling serving a 5-second stop go in the pits. And he's out. Now, we're definitely going to see all our leaders pit. And probably going to put on the soft compound, as they do have a set available. That FIFA hasn't pitted. He's gone past the pit lane. So has Karem. Keogh has pitted. And so has Matthias. Why haven't our two leaders pitted? What has happened here then? So, oh, Keogh gets out just in front of Matthias. Ryan hasn't pitted either, so do they not see the point in pitting? We have 6 laps left. We're not finishing under safety car. The safety car will definitely be in before lap 28. So why haven't them 3 pitted? That's interesting now. John Downey hasn't pitted either. As his revs are up the wall as well. Must... Tentoon Stelling's been given a drive-through. Killers has been disqualified. What? How has he been disqualified? But anyway, Killers is disqualified from this race, and I'm not sure, but that is probably the first disqualification. But he's not The game's broke today, it really is. And now, Keo has already caught up to the safety car pack, which means if Darth FIFA and Karem and Ryan do pit, it's going to be Keo leading, then Matthias, and then Danny Headcamper. As hopefully we do not see a repeat of the safety car restart as last week, where we seen Homer, who is banned from today's race, forgetting to brake and sending it into the pack like a torpedo. He wasn't a Toro Rosso as well, he was in Kvyat's car, which makes it very fitting. I still don't get why our leaders won't pit. Like, Darth Vivas did 15 laps on a medium tyre. Is he really that confident that he's not going to get a penalty? That he's not going to get past? Danny Headcamper's been given about his 12th penalty of the day. And there's been no overtakes. How is that happening? But we're going to see a very, very interesting last 5 laps here. I'm going to guess the safety car's in this lap. We could even see some moves from drivers like John Downey on his DRC return, making a couple of spots up here. But I have to say, a very good race from Ryan. Up to third, he started well down the pack. Here we go. Drivers heating their tyres, getting very close to one another. Now, who's caught up? Jan has caught up. Manraj has caught up. Tentoon Stelling's nearly caught up. He'll get there. As are we gonna return racing this lap? We're waiting. Remember, the safety car lights do go out. We do go back racing, but it will give us a notification anyway. And there's no need to give us another safety car lap. But we are going to get another safety car lap, which gives us one less lap of racing, which is pointless because we don't need 4 safety car laps. And now everyone's caught up. Although, even... why did it say Killers was disqualified? He's not. Jan pits. And our leaders haven't. We will get 3 laps of racing at the end. While we're here, we're just going to have a quick look at penalties. So, really, in the driving seat for this is Keo. He has about 6 penalties, right? So, Darth FIFA could win this race just purely because he hasn't cut a single corner. He has not cut one corner in 23 laps. So it really goes to show you, sometimes cutting corners doesn't make you quicker. As we wait for this restart. Still don't get why the 3 leaders haven't not pitted, because They will be a lot slower on these final 3 laps. Safety car driver getting a couple of laps in today. He's only been out once. We did have a virtual safety car earlier on in the Grand Prix. And hopefully this is the last one, so we will get a good 3 laps of action. With the entire grid bunched up, the safety car will be in this lap. We are going to go racing. Dart FIFA will get us underway for what will be a fairly short stint. Sorry, a very short stint. As we watch and wait for him to go. He's did 16 laps on medium tyres. He just needs to do 3 more to get... I know this is sad, but his 9th win in a row. Here he comes. Ryan's been given a penalty already. Ryan's retired already. As for the 2nd time we go racing. As Dart FIFA Karem's run wide, Keo has absolutely lost out on that start. Dart FIFA's not going to be challenged to the front first corner. That's very anticlimactic, to say the least. Danny had Camper pushing Matthias around the corner. John Downey sends it up the inside. Keo's been given another penalty. Tentoon Stelling up to 7th. Now, who knows where John is, because he's very bad internet. Tentoon Stelling's the best off on that start. Van Raasch has had a collision. As John does run wide. He's had a collision. We've lost 4 drivers on this restart. We go back up to the front. Keo sends it down the inside of Karem. And gets the job done. He's chasing Dart FIFA now, but of course penalties. He's a lot of them. Dart FIFA gets away. Karem still on the inside. But Keo switches. Karem runs wide. He's going to lose that position. But he sticks with him here. As we come into what is Sector 3. Karem, oh, he's actually considered dive bombing Keo in that corner, which is not a good idea ever. And it's going to be Keo hunting down Dart FIFA for the victory. Maybe the victory on track, but it's not going to be the victory in the results. Keo set the fastest lap as Matthias is gaining on Karem. Tries to pull around the outside. He's going to switch down the inside. We're going to get our first side-by-side through the S's. No, we're not. Karem just inching out Matthias. Go back up to the front. Keo's right on the back of Dart FIFA. Dart FIFA's tyres are absolutely dead at this point. 18 laps he's did on them. As here comes Keo. 2 laps to go. Gonna get DRS down this straight. But he's gonna have to pull about 15 seconds off Dart FIFA in 2 laps to win this race. Dart FIFA goes defensive, not giving Keo anything on the slipstream. Dart FIFA stays ahead. Karem and Matthias side by side. Matthias slips up his outside. Can he get the position? That's a corner cut from Karem. As Danny Head Camper's looking to get involved here in the Red Bull. Oh, they've touched. Karem's around. Karem's hit Danny. And you could see that was going to be a disaster from the minute it started. Karem has lost his podium position. He's down to 5th. As here comes Keo down the main straight. He's going to get the position on Dart FIFA surely here. Danny Head Camper and Matthias having a bit of a battle. Oh, they're all in the pits. It's looking, the way it's looking, Killers could get a podium out of this. And he seemingly is disqualified from this race. Keo needs to make a move on Dart FIFA if he wants to win this race. The Racing Point knows where to put the car at the right times. Carem's been given another penalty, nothing new. There. Here comes Keogh in the McLaren, pushing the Racing Point around that corner. Sometimes you've just got to lick the stamp and send it, in the words of Daniel Ricciardo. That's what Keogh needs to do on this corner. Dart FIFA just gets the exit every time. How does Dart FIFA have so much straight line speed? Carem is very slow down that straight. Definitely some front wing problems from the Ferrari. Dart FIFA locks up. Keogh gets even closer here. They're basically just one car at this point. Here comes Keogh. Gaining and gaining. He knows how quick Dart FIFA is off the corners as we head on to the final lap. It's a battle for the win. It's definitely not going to be this. If Keogh can't get the move, he's not going to win it due to penalties, but he's really wanting to get it on track. We know Dart FIFA isn't the quickest through this sector, but the second sector is where he excels. It's Keogh. Swoops in and out. Gaining and gaining and gaining just to get this win on track. We know Dart FIFA hasn't actually won on track 3 times this season, but he has won through penalties. That's where he's Mr. Consistent. As Keogh again gets it wrong, this is going to be his last chance for an overtake. Weaving and weaving is Dart FIFA to break the toe. As here comes Keogh. Gains and gains. And it's not going to be good enough. Unless he can make a majestic move through this last sector, it will be the Racing Point who takes this win. Is he going to send it down the inside? Looks for it. He still could get this. Here they go, round the third and final turn. Third and final, that makes no sense. Round the third last turn, gaining second last corner. It's got to be the Racing Point who takes this victory. Unless Keogh sends it, he won't. And Dart FIFA is going to take the win in America. Matthias gets second through to penalties. Keogh third. What a Grand Prix from Killers. Gets fourth after... Oh, Carem gets fourth. Killers still gets fifth. Where's Danny Headcamper going to come? Tentoon Stelling's pushing him. Headcamper's Tentoon Stelling sixth. Jan seventh. And Danny Headcamper will get eighth. And after crushing and qualifying, sixth isn't too bad for Tentoon Stelling. You know. Around the circuit of the Americas. Here's your podium. It's Dart FIFA on top for what will be the 9th time this season. And is he going to get 16 wins this season? If he does, it will be something else. But nobody's stopped him so far, and it's looking like nobody can. Here is your results today. It's Dart FIFA who wins in the United States. The only reason winning is because he did get penalties. Matthias in second, who took Keogh via penalties. Keogh in third after pushing Dart FIFA all the way till the end. It's a Ferrari 4 and 5 with Carem in fourth after having a collision with Danny and Matthias. Killers fifth in the other Ferrari after crashing. Tentoon Stelling 6th, Jan 7th, Danny Headcamper 8th, Quickster 9th, John J. Downey 10th, Manraj 11th, Ryan 12th, SVD 13th, Dimitri 14th, Mimlo 15th, after all retiring from 9th place downwards. And that is all from us here today in DRC. We will be back next week for what is the Austrian Grand Prix, and We seen Mercedes streak come to an end there. Will we see Darth FIFA's? But from me and all the DRC team, good night.